Hey everybody, I hope you are having a fabulous day today. I'm Abby Glassenberg and I'm the co-founder of Craft Industry Alliance. And we usually come here every Wednesday to do a member spotlight where we get to drop in on one of our members and learn about their business. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. We are going to drop in on a member, but that member is a collaborator of ours and we are going to be all talking about what we're collaborating on. So we're going to be talking to Darrin Stern, and he is business manager and vice president over at H&H Americas. And Darrin, I see you requested to join, so let me just let you in. And offering at H&H. So I'm very excited to talk to Darrin. If you don't know what H&H Americas is, if you're not sure what we're referring to, this is the perfect session for you. So, hey Darrin, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you
Yeah,
for putting
good
this
to
on
see
today.
you. So you're in
Excited to be here.
Chicago, in a
I'm in a basement in
basement,
Chicago
and
still, but
I'm in
yes.
Boston. And we are going to be talking about a trade show that we are working on together. Really, it's Cologne Messa's trade show, and you work for Cologne Messa. So can you just give us a brief, like, what is H&H Americas for someone who's never heard of this and just doesn't know what we're talking about?
H&H Americas is, one, it's a wonderful collaboration with your organization, helping us put together our content and giving some strategic direction for making sure that we deliver an event that unites the craft industries of North America. In our first edition, we were very focused on what I would call fiber products, meaning yarn, knitting, sewing, crocheting, embroidery, and so on. And this year, we've expanded to include all of the products. So whether we're talking scrapbooking, painting, using beads and embellishments and flower arts, any of that, stamping, pens, paper, all of those kinds of categories, so that as a creative artist, a creative entrepreneur, a creative maker, a creative retailer, that this event is for you, regardless of the types of products that you might be seeking to have in your store. And it's a combination between education, where you can invest in yourself and your business and come absorb, learn, and get interesting ideas for your business. You can source products from domestic suppliers, domestic distributors, international. And also, to me, almost more importantly, you can meet your fellow peers,
Yeah,
and find
that's
out
my
you're not alone in what you're
favorite
doing.
part of any trade show. And this is a trade show, so it's a business to business event. It's not open to consumers. So it's really for people who make a living in the industry in some way. And then we have very broad umbrella when we talk about make a living in the industry. So we're talking about, of course, our brick and mortar retailers who we value so much. We have our e-commerce retailers, and then we also have people who are content creators. Maybe you make content on YouTube or on Instagram or on a blog. We have people who are teachers and maybe teach locally, maybe teach in a public school system, maybe have a sewing studio in your hometown. Maybe you teach nationally or internationally. We're for you. We're for designers. So if you design patterns, design projects, create how-to content, write books, we are for you as well. We're truly a show for everyone who makes a living in this industry, which is really exciting to bring everyone together that way.
And I'd even add to some of the new categories that we're acquiring and communicating with, things like summer camps. They do buy lots of art supplies, or cruise ship operators, right? If you think about, they have little retail stores, they have little kids clubs, where a lot of these crafting projects are wonderful add-ons from a supplier point of view, as another channel, even a new one of
Absolutely. There's
hardware
so many
retailers.
types of businesses that carry craft, and this is for all of you. And so our role, Craft Industry Alliance's role here, is twofold. One is to help market the show and get the word out, which we're doing through this and many other ways. And the other one is to organize all of the educational content at the show. And so today's live, we're going to be talking about educational content, giving you a little bit of a sneak peek. Things are taking shape. There's still a little bit more left to do, but we wanted to share with you what we have right now. So there are a couple of categories of educational content at the show. And the first one is master classes. So you can tell me a little bit about the master classes, like what day they'll be offered and kind of how they're structured.
Sure. So the masterclass program is kind of a pre-conference to the conference, or a pre-event to the full exhibition experience. The trade show will run June 21st through 23rd. It's at Rosemont of June. It's at the Rosemont Exhibition Center in Rosemont, Illinois, which is also sometimes people just say Chicago. It's about 10 minutes to O'Hare Airport, if that far. The masterclass program, I always look at it as it is the hands-on, curated, small format, 10 people to a room, time with a consultant, where you're just going to be, let's look at Shopify. That's one topic for one of the classes. And it's like, bring up your shop. Let's beat up the shop. Let's fix the shop. Let's work together as a cohort of a class with the educational expert. And you'll be able to leave that class saying, I've improved my business. I've improved myself. And really walked out of it with a really hands-on experience. Those formats are 2.5 hour formatted
that's awesome.
classes.
I agree with you. I think that it's a great opportunity with just 10 people in the room, 2.5 hours. You're actually going to come into this class and do the work. You're not just going to hear about how to do the work later. So, and Shopify is the one I wanted to talk about. So we have 4 of these masterclass opportunities, and one of them is going to be all about Shopify, which is to say, making your Shopify site convert as much as possible. So if you have a Shopify site and you're interested in improving it, we have Ariane Folks from Aeolidia who will be at the show teaching a masterclass. She is truly the best. She runs a Shopify design firm, and she did a webinar for us not long ago. So I can vouch for the fact she knows what she's talking about. If you spend 2.5 hours with your Shopify backend open and Ariane there helping you, you will walk away with a better shop. So that is one of our 4 master classes. And again, those are on the 20th. So it's the Tuesday, and the show opens on June 21st. So you come in the day before and have this experience.
And I guess let me ask you a question. Would you say this is that senior level class? Is it a master's level class? Or is it I don't even know what Shopify is. I don't have a store.
Good question.
I would say it's middle
and above. So you need to know what Shopify is. You need to have some semblance, hopefully have a store either set up or in progress. If it's not launched yet, that's fine. But if you have something there, you know you're going to be doing Shopify. You understand that, you know, you need a template. You've got kind of a setup in place. Or you've had a Shopify site for years and just want to improve it, then this is the class for you. It is definitely not like e-commerce 101, what do I do? It's a little bit beyond that. And we're hoping this year really to have a mix of classes so that there are offerings for people who are sort of at the higher level, at the advanced level. And there's new things for you to take if you come, like came last year. And over time, if you come year after year, there's always going to be new and interesting and higher level classes for you to take. So yeah, that's the master class.
Great.
Okay, so that's one category. The second category of classes are business classes. And these actually take place during the trade show. So from the 21st, the Wednesday, through the Friday, through the 23rd. So tell us a little bit about the format of the regular classes, the business classes.
Sure. One of the things that as feedback from last year's program, which was drinking from a fire hose, we had so much going on, so many different directions. People were just like, I don't have enough time. This year, we pared back the offerings and still have as equally, if not even higher quality, because we're more focused on what we're doing. So every day we'll have sessions for you in the morning and sessions in the afternoon. And so the business classes will take place in a conference room in a more typical format of, like I call it, that lecture style, where yes, you can do Q&A, but it's less hands-on with your store and more absorbing of information with some nice Q&A at the end. They're scheduled with about a 45-minute kind of topic discussion with time also added on for Q&A. And because we're not so back-to-back with our programming this year, hey, look, if there's a lively conversation, a lively debate, you're not going to be rushed out of the room. You can continue that conversation for the needed time, whether it's in the room or you can head back to the exhibition hall. We have networking zones and places to sit down so you can kind of continue that conversation, whether it's with the person giving the lecture or with the person sitting next to you.
And so we'll give a sneak peek of one of those. And as you said, there are 4 each day, so a total of 12. And going along with the Aeolidia Shopify design theme, so Ariane, who owns that company, is going to be doing the Shopify masterclass we spoke about. One of her colleagues, Helen, is going to be teaching a class, and it's all about email automation. So this is a little bit of a more advanced level email class, email marketing class, and it's about how to set up those automated flows that work when you're sleeping, when you're not there, but help to nurture your customers, bring them back, help them to maybe finish the checkout process and abandoned cart email, help them to get to know you better, make them into more loyal customers who want to shop from you time and time again. So she's going to help you figure out those email automation flows. And that's an example of one of those business classes.
Do me a favor, I need a seat in the class for myself, please. We, as much as I think I understand it, we can always improve in that process. And if I were running a small store, just to get that little birthday email out or that birthday coupon out and manually do that must be extremely exhausting, where if you can automate that kind of a process,
right.
That would be
exactly sending out coupon codes to repeat customers, finding customers who haven't bought from you in a long time and automatically sending them an email to invite them back and show them something new in the store. So there's a lot to do with email automations, and that is one of the 12 regular business classes that you can take at H&H America. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek of that. There is another type of business education taking place at the show, and that is what we're calling our main stage. So last year, this area had a different name in year one. We've renamed it. And I wondered if you can tell us, like, where is the main stage located, and what are the main stage presentations?
Sure. So this will be on the exhibit floor. If you people that have been there, when you walked in the front door, turn right, walk to the end. It is right next to a relax lounge. Over there is also the restaurants that are set up. There's even the networking area down there at that end. This year is also where we have a sewing and quilt pavilion is over in this general area as well. And it's a stage that'll, again, have programming throughout the day. And it's going to be more fireside chats, panel discussions, again, showing thought leadership on different things. It could be anything from local store marketing of a presentation of why, as much as we think sometimes Facebook and all those things are dead, they're also still one of the best tools we have available to us for some of that localized, really specific marketing, because it really does let you dial down that, to where your dollar is going. We're looking to have someone speak about the return of direct mail. Direct mail is back again. We thought it was gone. It's not. I thought retail was gone. Not really. It's still here. We're going to stay around retailers. But those kinds of classes will take place on that kind of a stage throughout the 3 days.
These are right on the show floor. There's no added charge. There's no ticket needed. There's a schedule published, and you can kind of come by, take a seat, and listen to something interesting throughout the whole time that the show is running. So those opportunities we haven't locked in yet. If you are interested, you're going to be at H&H Americas, you have a topic or something you have some expertise in and you would like to speak on that stage, certainly get in touch and we can see what we can do, because we will be locking those in early to mid-April. So we still have some time there for the main stage programming. All right, and there's one final piece, which is, of course, maybe the most important, and these are our keynote speeches. And so we actually have 3 of them, because we have 3 days of the show. We'll open the show each day with a plenary session, a keynote that is really for everybody to come together in one place and set the tone for the day. So we're not going to give away who our keynotes are yet, but we will start with a panel discussion that is the state of the industry panel. So maybe you can tell us about that. It was amazing last year. We actually recorded it and published it as a podcast on the Craft Industry Alliance podcast. So if you're like, what is that like? You can go find that episode and listen to last year's. But tell us, what is the state of the industry panel?
Well, for us, what we try to put together, it's expertly led by our Abby here. So you know what kind of curated expertise we're going to have shepherding the conversation. But we worked hard. Last year, we brought in a retailer from Australia. She was a quilt shop operator. And then we had the chairperson of the German Handarbeit, Initiative Handarbeit, kind of our counterpart to the German show. And that leads in Germany, the largely soft craft kind of market voice as an industry association. And then we had Trisha Malcolm was on there as well. And I'm now And Vicky was there as some people from North America about subscription boxes and just trends people themselves, really kind of looking at how things maybe start in Australia. Do they move to Europe, or do they start in America and go to Europe? How, again, as we all think we're unique and different, the reality is the problems she has in Australia were very common to the problems we have in America, which is common to the problems they have as retailers in Germany, and that there's some delays in it, how long it takes to kind of move around the world. Everyone went through this pandemic. Australia was closed a lot harder than we were here, and even in America, whether you're in Texas or if you were in New York City. Very different experiences over the last few years. And that was kind of what was really, to me, interesting to see how that kind of came to light, that you can find commonalities across the globe. And again, like a theme for me that I keep wanting to radiate is that taking the time to attend, it's not just about finding products. It's investing in yourself, investing in your business. And if you invest in yourself and your business, as many have already seen for yourselves, like joining your organization, that small investment pays
and
back
I
and
love
forth.
a few things. One is the international nature of this show, because H&H is, started as a show in Cologne, is still a show in Cologne, and then came to the US and is run by a European company. There are all kinds of international aspects of H&H that really set it apart from other craft industry trade shows. So there are exhibitors and retailers from all over the world, and you get to discover products and talk to people who are really from all different areas and have all different things to offer. So I love that aspect of H&H, and I definitely agree with you that the panelists being so international really helped to get a broader perspective and set the tone for the whole show. So I thought that was great. We're still assembling our panel for this year, the State of the Industry panel, but it will open the show on that Wednesday morning, the 21st. I'm very excited about it. I think it's one of the sort of most exciting aspects of the show. And then the other thing you said is about investing in yourself. And I think I was just speaking with somebody who has an embroidery company. She exhibited at H&H Americas last year, and she was just saying that 8 or 9 months later, she just got a massive wholesale order from a distributor, and that came about through the relationship that she had made last June. So she was saying there's been a whole set of different things that have happened in her business that have been incredibly positive. And all of them stem back to the people that she met and talked to in her booth at H&H. But sometimes that return on investment, it reverberates throughout the entire year.
It can be slow. There was another smaller company, she secured by meeting a gentleman at the show, like the country of Brazil. Right? Like she's got a master distributor now in Brazil who came to the show, but it took them 7-8 months between, hey, you got to figure out banking, pricing between different currencies, trust, and all these types of things. It's a very different kind of program for how that kind of the timeline and the investment that it takes on both sides.
So I think that's a really unique aspect of the show and well worth coming to check out. So if you're hearing all of this and you're thinking, I might want to exhibit, there are 2 options for you that I did want to share, and then we'll talk about how you can get a ticket and actually attend. So there are 2 options to exhibit. One of them is to have a full booth, and one of them is to have a booth in the Newcomers Pavilion if you are new to wholesale. So maybe you can talk about those 2 different options.
Yep. And if it's okay, I'm going to rewind the clock a little bit. I'm sorry, everyone, because there's one more thing that we didn't mention that I would throw into the same idea. Like, yes, keynote's important. We did tweak the schedule to make it easier for exhibitors even to come. So the show floor will open a little later. So that makes it more convenient so that everyone can have an opportunity to hear these people.
Right.
But also the idea of meetups. You're part of a guild. You're part of last year we had a group of Northeastern retailers who just took the chance because they hadn't seen each other in 3 years because of COVID, but they just like, can we have a meeting room? We just want a chance to meet our friends. Or we had a designer-led session. We're talking to someone to host a quilt store session. So if you're out there and say, I have a cohort of friends and we just would love a meeting space, we're also here to provide that. Meetups are a wonderful addition to all of the education and networking and sourcing and products that you can, or that we already talked about. That's yet another thing to add into why events and being human and coming back to being at shows is important. And now
about
to
booths.
your question, like where about booths. Yes. So we try to meet customers where they are. We try to make the show accessible. So we're working with India Untangled as our curator and caretaker for startup organizations. And we have a reduced price for those people. It's a smaller booth. You get a couple of items in your package. It's under $1,000 to be able to enter the show. And then Lisa from India Tangled then works with you and supports you about how to grow your business. What does it mean to shift from maybe B2C to B2B and the timelines that it takes place. So we call it a startup pavilion, though we had some people last year that have been business for many years, but they just now are shifting to B2B. And they've been doing B2C and they're now looking to grow their business a little further and wanted to explore that kind of distribution. I believe out of last year's group, we had a top man, I think there was 12 companies in total. And I think 4 of them are graduating this year from out of this shared experience to just wanting their own full branded space, a full booth. And that's kind of why these startup pavilions work. It allows you to enter and taste the show and then be able to move on as you grow your business at an approachable point. Of course, you can always buy booths, right? We have booths. We'll make more booths. We have packages to make them easy. So that's kind of the simpler side. There's also all different ways to kind of curate and improve your brand, expose your brand even further. And our goal is to really partner with you and to kind of collaborate of how can we not only grow your business, but how do we grow the overall business? Can we raise the tide for everyone and just get more people
Great.
doing
So
crafts?
good. And then as far as tickets, if you're like, I'd like to come walk the show this year, be a buyer at the show this year, network, take these business classes that we talked about, tickets are going to be going on sale in March. And can you tell people maybe around what time in March and where they should head to get a ticket?
Yep. Tickets will go on sale by March 15th.
Okay.
That's our goal. We're on path to meet that goal. So on March 15th, if you sign up for our newsletter, you get our information, you will get an email saying, come and join the show now. An exhibit ticket just to walk the show floor is the same price as last year. It's $55. That price remained the same. If you're a member of the Craft Industry Alliance, you will be given a special member benefit, and that will be free. So that's something exclusive to members. So definitely, if you're not a member, join today. You get to save $55. Or if you're already a member, that's great. You'll get your free ticket. But then there's also, when it comes to the conference program, the master class is kind of one-off special pricing for each class. That price is $280 for an individual class, or again, if you're a member, it's $252 for those master classes. For the full conference program, it's $219. But again, being a membership has its benefits. That price is reduced to $187. That's almost a 15% savings for being a member. So it's not just like $2, like you're like, oh, what is it, $2 off? No, it's not the little $2 coupon at the bottom of your CVS bill. We tried to make it substantial and real to that. All of these things come with obviously the show, but then if you came last year, we have an online digital platform as well that allows you to network. It allows you to do research ahead of time. It allows you to set appointments. It allows you to reserve the table and do those things. You can explore products, and we will be rolling that platform out also around that March timeframe, so you can almost start using the platform further in advance than we've ever had before.
Great. So look out March 15th, mark your calendar so you can get your ticket. There are hotel blocks available on the H&H website if you want to get a somewhat discounted hotel room. Of course, you can book an Airbnb if you want to. I'm booking my flights, and I would love it if you booked your flights, or if you're driving, book your lodging and get ready. I know Craft Industry Alliance, we're going to be having a dinner for members, which was so fun last year. And we're going to be doing that again. So it's an opportunity for all of us to get together in person one time a year and see one another. So we would love to see you. I would love to meet you. So yeah, Darrin, I think that's it. Did we cover everything we had on our agenda?
If not, we can get back on another live chat. I mean, the joy of how we can do these things. And the same, I really look forward to welcoming all of you. and all of your friends, all of your customers, anyone. Our really goal is we just want to get people out, because I truly do believe that everyone can improve their businesses. As tough as the economy is today, the cost of eggs, forget about it, right? Like the cost of gas, at least we're now used to this new pricing. But to move your business forward, I think events like this, not just because it's our event, it's how we move forward. And we go to events ourselves to learn more about how to do events even. You never can stop that educational flywheel of always wanting to improve. And we're an open book. Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, whether it's email. My phone number is very public. You can find it on the website. Any and all ideas, areas of criticism, hey, we'll take it all. Like, we will listen, we will react, and we're here to support and be part of this industry, and to really make sure that we listen.
Absolutely.
And address the concerns of the industry.
This has been great. It'll be great to see you, to see everybody again in June, and definitely be in touch. And yeah, we can't wait to see you all at H&H Americas. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
See you in June.